going on with you? Open ENT. I Red Pill Rescue in the house. Good with you, sir.
What's that?
Top up, top up. How you doing today? What you got going today? Let's get these names up. Yeah. Step out of here. For sure. Yeah, what's this? Hump Day. I'm out here in San Francisco, California. We out here. Let's see. .com. Adding this to there. Salute to you. It's supposed to be raining out this way. Coming up. What it's looking like out that way.
Motherfuckers talking bullshit. Out here in La La Land. Like we've been
Wow.
saying, it's a long line. People don't know the La La Land is closed. We've been telling y'all. A lot of shit been going on. And, motherfuckers, shit fall on deaf ears, unfortunately. You know what I mean? But, at this point, we got a lot of receipts, you know, been telling y'all, been foreshadowing shit, been warning y'all about shit, been accidentally in in front of the herd, accidentally on purpose. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I fumbled the shit years ahead, accidentally on purpose. That's what we call
There
it.
it is there.
But
What?
you know, um, today they come to a resolution about this motherfucking government shutdown. And of course, been telling motherfuckers everything with Trump is seven. You know what I'm saying? It's the first government shutdown was 35 days. Of course, if you can do math, follow what I'm saying. You know, um, Now, this government shutdown is 43 days, longer than the previous.
Hmm.
And of course, 4 and 3 is 7. You can do basic math. You know what I'm saying? But,
Right.
all of the shit with Trump is 7. I've been saying that shit for years. You know what I'm saying? I did a 3-part series, 84 thought crimes, you know what I mean? Where, I ran down this type of shit, but everything with Trump is 7. You know what I'm saying? Even like he gave his first speech 77 minutes. Like right now he's like 79, like that. To delete this message, press 7. To save, press 9. So a lot of things that we've been talking about going in on, beating you over the head with over the years, is right in your face nowadays. Just like on the Veterans Day where they had the motherfucker do shit on the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month. You know what I'm saying? In the 11th state, you know, which is New York. You know what I'm saying? With the 9/11 shit. So you know, um, I find myself repeating myself in that regard because it's a lot of things that people fail to recognize or they just overlook or shit just going one ear and out the other. You know what I'm saying? So we got to beat you in the head, with the knowledge and the truth and the wisdom and the alternative perspectives until we get you right. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? We got a couple things that we can go over, but I'm just shooting from the hip right now. Just with the government shutdown. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of
Right.
different angles on the government shutdown shit. A lot of this shit that we told you about the landslide of the things that happened over the couple years with the COVID and all that shit. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
here we are. You know what I mean? We've been telling y'all this type of shit going on. Of course, people think that it's like a political overlay, but we even told you that was some bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
People households are split down the middle over political views and shit, and we told you two wings on the same bird, as my man
Right.
Pope only put. You know what I mean?
Right.
But
Yeah.
you know what I mean? We've been telling y'all this shit, so we gotta kind of take these niggas on a walk for a little bit. You know what I mean? Before we run down on some shit, because we gotta
Right.
lay down the foundation. It's like, yo, we got hundreds of streams. Y'all niggas can check them out, pulpinent.com, redpillrescue.com, all the different media outlets wherever we at. You know what I mean?
Right. Right. Most
Um,
definitely. 'Cause-
we gotta lay down that foundation before we just pop back up and just say, hey, look, this is going on and that's going on. Because
right.
we gotta let you know the distance in between, these regular people that just talking heads nowadays. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
You
Yeah.
dealing
Let
with
them know full body. They got
you dealing
arms and stuff.
you dealing with official top tier journalism. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Well, and
it's a lot of
that.
shit. Like my man was telling me, so as usual, what I mean, people getting railroaded in the system. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
you were saying that you got like your people's like fighting the case or some shit like that, right?
Right, right. Yeah. And what we doing, trying to make sure that, that things go smooth because nowadays they not just taking things for as they were. I mean, you got these folks trying to put something on folks, you know what I'm saying? Especially when you're a pillar in the community. You know what I'm saying? You can always tell somebody that's doing something right because they got obstacles. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't got no obstacles in your way, that's how you know when you're doing right. You know what I'm saying? If you're on a path and you don't have no obstacles, go in the wrong direction. Please believe it. You know what I'm saying? Like for real. And those that's actually out here doing something and that's contributing to the community, you can tell. You can look at their pockets. You can look at their struggles. It's an everyday thing. And do know that you're not alone. You know what I
But
mean? Besides the cameras.
I do see a lot of dumb people with money. You know what I'm saying? And I see a lot of
Right.
intelligent going through struggles. So just like Nas said, good people go through hard times. But when you
Right.
live in a corrupt satanic society, that will suffice. You know what I'm saying? So,
Hmm.
a badge of honor in that regard. It's just like how niggas getting banned on social media, banned on wherever, free speech is under attack,
Right.
and nowadays people look at that shit as a badge of honor. It's like, yeah, it's just like, like when Jordan sneakers got first banned back in the day. You know what I
Right.
mean? It's a lot of motherfuckers that didn't even fuck with basketball. They just wanted sneakers on the strength that it got banned. It's something that I got
Right.
that nobody, you
Right.
know, um,
I know they ain't playing these on the court for
right.
sure. Gotta have the exclusives.
So even with building the notoriety through dropping truth bombs on the infrastructure of ignorance, you know what I mean?
Right.
That'll get you banned. That'll get you shadow banned. That'll get you censored, whatever, pulled up,
Right.
pulled off. But,
Right.
through, you building notoriety that people start checking for you. Like, damn, they would, just like the phrase that we coined, if they don't stop you from saying shit, then you ain't saying shit, you know?
Right.
I
Right.
mean, so, we said a lot of shit over the years, so, you know, so in that regard, it's like, a lot of shit been going on that would would explain the inconsistency, you know what I mean? But
right.
one thing about the devil is consistent, liars are consistent,
Right.
people that dropping the truth bombs, people throw landmines and shit in their way to try to slow them down, but you can't stop them. You know what I'm saying? You can slow them
Right.
down, but you know,
Right.
so you know, what's today? Is it Thursday yet? It's Thursday
Over
now.
there it is. Yes. It's
So
still it's still hump day over here.
yeah, it's Thursday here. So
Right.
Philadelphia, California. You know what I mean?
That's right.
But
For
I mean, but
sure. We
what's
back with it.
that situation though? Somebody you saying like your man's getting railroaded, right?
Yeah. Incident took place where a brother had to defend himself and you know, even the worst district attorney out here, he dropped the case. So it was, if he felt that that it was bad, then then he obviously let it go. But here it is, 10 years later, and they want to bring it up. And they want to change the scenario, and they want to use AI and reconstruct some stuff that didn't exist. You know what I'm saying? And using tools to their benefit for no beneficial. You get what I'm saying? Like, everybody knows that, what I mean? It was, of course, unfortunate situations, but at the same time, you know what I mean? When you got people that's going out their way to try to make something that is not. And we see that every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just so happens that it's even closer to home, more so. We're not just reporting on it, we actually in it. You get what I'm saying? And there's a lot of experimental things that be happening out here in San Francisco before it be happening in a lot of other places. Because they heavily on drones. I just seen one on the way home right now. They had a police out there, drones out there doing their thing, just like they do, like when we was seeing overseas, and them places where them people scared of drones running around their heads. No, it's out here, coming to a city near you. Like, please achieve it, because it's working for them.
Drones yet, but I remember we was talking about the camera situation.
Yes.
He was telling me something about some cameras, and I remember I was telling him, like, we had cameras out here for like 20 years.
Right.
With police logo on it. Like, some
Right.
people live on, like, on live wire blocks, nuisance blocks, or near nuisance cribs or whatever.
Right.
And they be having, like, the lights, like, it's like the camera with the blue light flashing. And, that shit might be flashing in their window all night. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That been like that for at least 15 years. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
of course, everything get upgraded. You know what I'm saying? Like, sidebar, that's why we want to do something with educating the elders on having some, like, technical literacy class. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that in the works. But everything update. You know what I mean? So in regards to the camera situation, like, they got new cameras with new identification, verification, all kind of fancy shit in them.
Yeah.
So a lot of people, of course, they do things in layers. So
Right.
when first gave you the camera, right, it didn't have the same functionality that it does today, obviously.
Right.
But it's also giving you complacency. So it's like, or normalizing the fact that you're being recorded. But then it's
Yes.
like, all right, over the years of being recorded, you think, oh well, it's just a regular camera. But
Right.
they slide upgrades on you, like boom, 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 and detach the defibrillator, combobulator, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Little tech shit.
Right. Right.
Now the camera doing some extra shit that you ain't even aware of.
Right.
So, like, and it's, again, we talked about this several times over the years. You know what I'm saying, like, the days of walking down the street with a bubble coat in the summertime is over. You know what I'm saying? We told you covariant technology. We told you about these different, and now it's here. They're installing it. They installed a lot of this shit. When outside wasn't open, and y'all complied. You know what I mean? But
Mm-hmm.
whatever. Okay.
Whole other can of worms.
Yeah,
Right.
but I told you about the covariant technology. Remember the motherfuckers was showing you the inside of the lights, and
Yeah.
it had, like,
Yep.
on it or something.
5G. Yep. Yeah. They had the cameras in them. Yep. I
Ran
could
down
pull
on
them videos up too, bro. That's hella funny. You say that shit.
ran down a couple, installers, and was asking them, this 5G, and they like, no, this ain't even 5G. So them big towers with the big weird things on them, it's like people be thinking that shit 5. That shit ain't even 5G. That's some whole,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
some whole other dangerous shit, but that's the
Right.
whole. But you know what I mean? You know,
Mm-hmm.
I can say that in this regard, the biggest weapon is the weapon that you don't know is a weapon. That's the most
Right.
dangerous.
Yep. Yep. And that's exactly what we noticing too. And said like to veggie back on kind of like our discussion earlier when I was telling you about the brother was discussing like Philly and Norristown and Pottsville and other places. He was discussing that Philly structurally is the same in every other city past those cities too, that they built. The projects are like in the same area type shit, the houses are built the same, you get what I'm saying? So it's like one thing that we've been noticing is the similarities and the incidences that's going on out here. It would seem isolated if it wasn't, you know what I'm saying, if the connections wasn't there, you get what I'm saying? Because it's like you tell me a story and I'm like, damn, that sounds just like the one that's over here. You know
I
what I mean?
like
You gotta
put things in
go
better
ahead.
perspective. These surrounding boroughs, if you will, you know what I mean,
But
to kind of have a better understanding. Um, they like I would try to explain it to you like on some sports type shit. Like, all right, like Chester, Norristown, shit like that. That's like minor league baseball. You know what I'm saying? But Philly is the big league. You know what I mean? Like Delaware, shit like that. Like, all right, this joke, this is an ongoing joke in Philadelphia. Say that motherfuckers who couldn't cut it in Philadelphia go to these different uh you know locations open. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Because it's
right,
like it's like it's a lower tier of Philadelphia. It's kind of like Philadelphia, but it's not like
right.
Philly. All right, like
Yep.
in lieu of in lieu of Cassidy and the block captain.
Yeah.
I don't even do block parties where he from, but but they had a showdown. Did they rap or did it or was
Nah,
it
it was just a face off.
okay? So all
That
right, this on some boxing match shit, like when the motherfuckers meet and do this shit, like you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah.
And motherfuckers was, I guess, acting like they was tough or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Going back and forth. Yeah.
Happen in the face off. It's like, it's just the shit right before the prize fight, make you want to
Right.
buy it. Oh, this gonna be good. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers is getting paid. They ain't got no reason to be mad for real, but whatever. For the
Right.
theatrics setup, the easy to block captain is not from Philly. You know what I'm saying?
yes. It-
I got my you know what I'm saying? And
yeah,
the
for
orange
sure.
house, orange house of the death in the ember months,
Yeah.
the ember means burn, so you got 7, 8, 9, 10 burn, and that's sept, octo, novo, and deci is the 10. You know what I'm saying? So of course, in the 9/11 shit, they burning up shit. 9 burn to delete this message, to save it, press 9, all that shit. The birthday of September of the founding of Manhattan. September 11th, 1609. So it makes it like a birthday ritual, and of course, 7 is septum. So it's a 7/11 ritual. So like when Trump said that the shit was 7/11, you know, motherfucker said he was dumb, he was tripping and all that. But these motherfuckers,
Freudian.
you know, code, and we've been unraveling this code for a long time. So we can just kind of dance and gloss over this shit through regular conversation. So back to what we were saying, Easy the Block Captain is not from Philly. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
I
We
threw that
gotta
shit
clip that.
in. I got my Flyers hat on with the 1974 in it. You know what I'm saying? We've been
Yeah.
teaching y'all about the 74, 47 shit, and
Right.
Trump being 47 president, everything with Trump is 7. But I digress on that note. But Easy the Block Captain is not from Philly. And,
Yeah.
and the thing is that, I seen him with the Eagles jersey on, just like, all right, like, shout out to the Eagles, shout out to the classic, Kelly Green, the Kelly Drive. We gotta call it Kelly Drive Green. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because niggas from Jersey be wearing the dark midnight blue, the midnight green jerseys. Them Jones, I never fuck with them Jones personally. I always like the classic green. I think a lot of people in Philly like the Kelly green, but you know, a lot of people in these surrounding areas, they be wearing the midnight green, and it's funny when I see it because it's like it kind of let me know that yeah, you're not really from Philly. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You know what I'm
You
saying?
can tell the
Because
level green. Yeah.
most niggas that's from Philly, they got the classic green jackets and this and that, you know. So these motherfuckers is like, all right, they don't have no football team, basketball team, baseball team. So it's like they acting like they from Philly, whether they realize it or not. So, you know, that's why we gotta specify on some Umar Johnson shit, you know, on some Philly shit, you know, say shit 3 times or even 4 times that you know, Easy the Block Captain is not from Philly.
Yeah. Hey, because that was the narrative yesterday. He was like, man, he said, you had a Philadelphia Eagles coat on. You need to have a Pottsville pigeon on. he, he
Right.
said, yeah, he said, nah, because he said, what block was you the captain of? And he was, yeah,
Right.
he was going in because he was saying, where are you from? And he couldn't say. I mean, see, what Rosenberg Raw had said was that if Easy said where he was from this whole time, I guess he could have said where he's from, and that the way Rosenberg Raw said it, if Easy said where he was from, it would dead everything about that he's not from Philly. But you know what I'm saying? Like from there, it's like nah, because basically, like out here, like how he was saying, like out here, somebody be like, "Where you from?" "Oh, I'm from Frisco." "What part?" You know what I'm saying? That's how you immediately. That's the second question. What part? "Oh, I'm from over here." "Oh, you know what you call it?" "Oh, I know what school you went to." You feel what I'm saying? Like that's how it is. That's how you know somebody from somewhere. Who know you? You know what I mean? Like, cause it's you can't like how he was saying. You can't say you from North. Like if somebody said they was from North Philly, what's the next question? What part?
Right. I'm pretty sure that it's places over there where people is like ashamed to say where they from. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
right.
So like, all right, like
You might be
it,
from the Rainbow Block.
just like how New York niggas be saying, like, yeah, I'm from Brooklyn. Like they say that shit with they
Right.
like, you know, and like they feel like, all right, niggas from New York feel like they in the best city in the world anyway. But
But
niggas from Brooklyn feel like they just in they in the mecca of the universe. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like within being in the best city in the world, they're in the best borough in the best city in the world. You know, that to their understanding. That's how they,
right,
you
right,
know, Brooklyn in the house, you know, all that kind of shit.
right. They got the music to back it up.
Like, so like even with Philly, like, or like one thing, like niggas from Philly will never tell you that they from Pennsylvania.
Right,
It's like Philly is like a city state. Like I always like to say this. Like even when it really kind of is when you think about nation's capital type shit. Like Philly used to be the original nation's capital. You know what I'm
right,
saying? So Washington D.C. is the nation's capital. You know what I'm saying? That's a city state. You know the Vatican is a city state. You know what's the other city state? It's like in a triangle. What is it? Great Britain, one of them
yeah,
motherfuckers.
yeah. London
Right.
or Swiss. Yeah. There you go.
So you know, but Philly is in that city state kind of respected vibe because niggas that's from Philly, they don't say, "Oh yeah, I'm from Pennsylvania. I'm a Pennsylvania nigga." They say I'm from Philly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
But the point that I'm trying to make is that when motherfuckers be like from like Gloucester County and Chester County and Bucks
yeah,
County and Montgomery County and Delco and all of that, like
yeah,
they don't say what they check. I'm from Delco. You know,
yeah.
they a lot of them tack on to say, "Yeah, I'm from Philly," because it's
Right,
like, even especially when they telling niggas like somebody like you, somebody that's like from the other side of the coast or somewhere, they
right,
quick to say they from Philly because
right,
it, like it's easier for them to say that they from Philly than for them to say I'm from Delco, Pottstown, or whatever the fuck, and
right,
somebody is, what the fuck is that?
right.
Oh, I'm from Philly. Oh yeah, I know Philly. You know what I'm saying? Because Philly is
Yeah,
like the biggest
yeah.
state. Like, all right,
Right.
like just like all right, like think about it. And this is what I mean to further prove my point. You got New York niggas, right, which is a state, right, and then you got
Mhm.
Philly niggas, right, which is a city.
Right.
But and we don't say New York niggas and Pennsylvania niggas, right? Say New
Yep.
York,
You say New York. Yeah.
New Jersey niggas, right?
Yep. Right.
Say Philly, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So Philly is like respect city state type shit. Chicago
Right.
niggas,
Yeah.
Cali,
Exactly.
right?
Yep. Yep.
Atlanta,
Yep.
Philly niggas,
Yeah.
Baltimore,
Exactly. Yep.
right?
Frisco
The list
niggas. Yeah,
goes
for
on,
sure. Yeah.
and
Right.
but Philly is respected like on some city state type vibe. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
Like Frisco, because we got the Niners. Because look, there's hella little cities around Frisco that people claim, like when they go, like especially to prison. You know what I mean? And somebody might be like, "Hey, this nigga say you from Frisco? Oh, for real? I live in Daly City or something. You know what I mean? Like a little outskirt until you run into somebody from Frisco. You know what I mean? Somebody that's actually from there. Because there's little cities, and like how they say that they don't have a team. So of course, they're gonna go for the Niners. You know what I'm saying? If they're not a Raiders fan or something like that, you feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So they,
With Jersey, let's look at
yeah,
Jersey. And all right, like the top part of Jersey is like New York niggas, right?
yeah,
Respectful. They
right,
down niggas, you know, a lot of them, you know, they Jets fans, right? You
right,
know what I mean? New Jersey don't got a football team.
right.
They took Brooklyn stole, you know, all right, like I remember heard was like with fucking who was that nigga he was beefing with? The motherfucker who writes songs and shit. Um he was down
Not
with Timberland.
AI.
And
Okay.
he doing the year in rap Mad Skills.
Yeah,
Mad
yeah,
Skills
yeah. Okay.
wrap up, which he's probably working on right now, right?
All right.
And Uncle Murder was like, yeah, I'm jacking your shit on some Brooklyn shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Right.
And you know, funny enough, Brooklyn jacked the whole fucking basketball team from New Jersey.
The Nets. Yeah, they took their whole situation. All right, let
Like,
me hold
damn, like
this.
all right, you got the New York Knicks, and then the Brooklyn Nets. Like, it's like, damn, like they just stole it. Brooklyn, I guess Brooklyn really do steal shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I did I didn't think that was a flex for Uncle Murder to say that because it's like everybody knows, even Biggie. Like, all right, like shout out to Brooklyn because
Yeah.
Biggie like went around and tried to take niggas' heads off for biting and allegedly biting. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Right.
So like, in the world of hip hop, it's like it's not cool to steal shit because stealing is biting. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
You know, so I think he missed the mark with that. But you know, uh, back to what we were saying, like Jersey niggas on the lower half, they more
Yeah.
like Philly. Like when I'm in Jersey, I see a lot of the midnight green shit. You know,
Right. Yeah.
you know what I mean? And I know, like, okay, you know, I know I'm in Jersey. You know what I'm saying? When I see
Right.
the Celtics,
Right.
like, all right, that's some Philly niggas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you know, sports play a big role in it. You know what I'm saying? Because a motherfucker will, you know, just like somebody like Easy the Block Captain, he's so much of a Philadelphia Eagles fan that he think he's an honorary Philadelphian. You know,
Yeah.
but it's
Like
like
what's the rapping boy that wear the big hats? The yeah.
fucking talking about Gilly.
Yeah, yeah. He an honorary. Somebody called him the mascot. No offense.
I mean, like, I'm not gonna get into that. You know, shout out to Gilly.
Yeah, for sure. Salute. Salute to him.
But my personal opinion, I mean, I don't think he's a mascot. You know, he's just a crazy Eagles fan. Like one thing that we gotta understand is that Eagles fans is the craziest fans probably in all of sports. You know what I'm saying? So he represents that. Like he's not a mascot for the team. Like we got a mascot for the team.
Yeah.
So if anything, he's a representation of the people in Philly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I
He's
kind of,
a fanatic.
yeah, I kind of think that's what he's doing that for. It's not for the team. It's more for the people, because people really love, the Eagles. Like when the motherfuckers won the chip, motherfuckers was crying in the street.
Yeah,
Like
that's a
crazy.
moment. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a
niggas
moment.
like went to they fathers' graves and their moms' graves and shit. Like
Oh yeah, for
did
sure.
it? Like, you know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
even me and E, shout out to E, we was going to do a video, probably still, I don't know, I might have to do it myself or with somebody else, and kind of get nigga off the bench. But 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 we do a documentary about the history of football. And just like we had the movie, it was a movie here that the nigga the white boy fucking Marky Mark, he played in the
Okay.
shit where a boy from Philly joined the team and was playing for the Eagles. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And that was
Hmm.
but it's like that ties back into the original, team organization assembly, whatever, how the game is originally played. Like how the game is originally played is that you can't be on the team if you're not from Philly.
Right. That makes sense.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
motherfuckers and that's like for every team. It was like everywhere. Everywhere is like, all right, if Philadelphia is playing California, then it's niggas from Philadelphia playing niggas from California, like for real.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, yeah. That's how it's supposed to be. That's how it,
Yeah,
yeah.
but later people start buying players and moving people around and drafting and all that shit. That shit wasn't always like that. The
Right.
original football was really like on some location shit. Like these Philadelphia niggas is about to play these Georgia niggas to
Yeah.
see who's better at football. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
he represented that. So
Yeah.
some places, especially like, we just beat Green Bay. Shout out to Green Bay, Wisconsin, and cheesehead niggas. These motherfuckers, they take football like seriously. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
football is their religion, just like the
Yeah.
Steelers. Like I've been
Yeah.
telling motherfuckers, the Steelers and the Eagles, I think it was during the World War II, they was the same team. They was the Steagles. Go look that shit up. And if anybody could find the fucking original jersey,
Huh.
you probably got a couple dollars, because a lot of people don't even know what those jerseys look like. So, you probably might be sitting on a couple dollars. You know what I mean?
Huh.
But they merged the teams. Think about it. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. They bought, you know what I'm saying? Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. So they merged these two teams. I think it was during World War II. You know what I'm saying? And it was called the Steagles. So
Yeah.
a lot of people in Pennsylvania, or well, in Philadelphia, some of them are interchangeable Pittsburgh fans, Steelers fans.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm with the Eagles, but if the Eagles, whatever, I hope the Steelers win too. You know what I'm saying? Some motherfuckers,
Right.
keep it PA. You know what I mean?
Right.
But Easy the Block Captain is not from Philly. And the thing is that, when you're not
Ooh.
from Philly and you don't have a team, right?
Uh-huh.
Or your state don't have a team or something like that, you tend to latch on to like the surrounding area for probably more so to explain location, because
Mm-hmm.
nobody knows where they live at. And hey,
Right.
like, we can't really shame people for where they live at, but it's like we can shame people for acting like they live somewhere else.
Right.
You
Huh?
know what I'm saying? Like, that's the problem. Like, all right, like, hey, if you just so happen to live in Potts Grove or whatever, where does he live at? Where does Easy live at?
Pottsville or yeah, Pottsville. They said that's like almost 2 hours away from Philly.
Pottstown or Pottsville?
Pottstown. Yeah, yeah. It said it's like Pottstown. It's like almost 2 hours away from Philly.
Yeah, Pottstown. Okay, well, yeah, Pottstown. That's a nice ways. I don't think anybody from Philadelphia would consider somebody from Pottstown, uh, not even an honorary Philadelphian. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's maybe
Right.
if you got, or You know,
Yeah.
something like that.
What?
Oh, so bought
Yep.
a house, something. You know, but
Yeah.
if
What?
you like, never lived in Philly, then I mean,
Rep that. Hey, because what the people were saying was like, there's people from that place that would love to have somebody rep them. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, like, oh, we got somebody from here too. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and that's
eventually,
how it should be. Like, all right, like
yeah,
imagine if niggas from Philly never rep that they was from Philly. Let's say they rep that they was from New York or Jersey or something. Then Philly wouldn't
right,
be on the map. So like to
right,
put your town or your hood or whatever on the map, you gotta rep where you from for real, for real.
right,
You know,
right.
so
And
that I would say to the block captain is, all right, if you're the block captain, then rep your block. Like, how you the block? How you the block? But you like acting like you from Philly, but your block is like unknown. Like, but
unknown block captain.
like you live on like a like terrace or something? Like, is it a lane, a terrace, a avenue, street? Like, you know,
Yeah.
a court? Like, what is it? Like, you know, that you
Uh-huh.
the block. You know what I'm saying? Rep
Yeah.
that shit. Like, I'm not even
Yep.
trying to troll right now. Like, you know,
Yeah.
you everybody pretty much get the theme on when we trolling him. You know, he not from
Right.
Philly. You know what I'm saying? But on some real shit, like, all right, if you from Potts Grove or Pottstown or Pottsville, whatever the fuck,
Yeah.
black captain, right?
Yeah.
Unless that's a fraudulent title and like you really the black captain or you really the man where you from, then just rep where the fuck you from. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, it's not
Yeah.
hard.
Throw a
Like
block party. Throw a block party.
the irony is that even Cassidy had the same issue where all right, like Cassidy, you know, he got family in North Philly, he lived uptown, he lived down north, you know, and it was some discrepancy about where he was actually from, you know, and it's funny because you asked about Gilly, you know, Gilly was like kind of pressing him about that, like, where's you actually from? Like, you're saying you from
Right.
down north, where you really from and down north? You know,
Right.
as far as I heard, you know, I did my research on you. This is Gilly set talking. You live uptown.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And a lot of people, you know, consider uptown to be not a part of Philly, which is like geographically stupid. But like, you know, when you get more into it, you know, Philadelphia over the years expanded. You know what I'm saying? Now,
Mm-hmm.
way before any of us was born, you know, in the 1800s or the 1600s or whatever, Philadelphia was expanding just like America was expanding. So
Right.
parts of Philadelphia wasn't always Philadelphia. It was Ben Salem, Montgomery County, you know, these surrounding counties that Philadelphia kind of just either they jacked it or they bought it, however they got it, but Philadelphia got bigger as to what we know to be Philadelphia today. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So geographically, you know, uptown is North Philly, but you know, a lot of people will be mad about that because you know they say I'm from North with an F, right? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But
Oh. Right.
geographic, North Philly is South Philly. Like, all right, like for instance, Philly is the only place in the world, right? Probably in the world, right,
Mm-hmm.
where niggas say I'm going down north. We got a pizza store on Lehigh Avenue, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's called Down North Pizza. Now think about it. If you're going down north, that means you heading south to north.
Right.
If
Right.
I'm North Philly, right, I gotta head south to North Philly. How does
Yeah.
that make sense geographically? Like if
Right.
something was happening and GPS didn't work and motherfuckers was trying to like follow a compass somewhere, and niggas had thinking that they got to go north to North Philly, they they would they would never get to North Philly.
They'd be in South Philly. So if you go north in Philly, it'll take you to South Philly?
It would be in Montgomery County somewhere. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah.
Thinking
Yep.
look
Hey,
north, you know, but you got to go south to North Philly. So
yeah.
geographically, North Philly is center city. But again, a lot of people won't, you know, accept that because you know they built,
It's still
you know,
north.
reputation and shit off of being from North Philly. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But yeah, I mean, so it's funny that we got this kind of ironic situation going on with that. In that whole like rap battle rap shit.
Right.
You know?
Right. But because that does bring about a good history lesson because, like, and what was spoke about too is that, you got Philly and then there's the area called the Greater Philadelphia area, which is the
Right.
surrounding cities. Am I right? Which does that include Norristown? Is that called the Greater Philadelphia area? Does it go up that far?
Well, no, I mean it's not a Greater Philadelphia. Like Norristown got their own mayor and shit like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
They like that. That's what I'm saying. For better context, it would be like a borough. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Right. Okay.
Like Chester has his own mayor.
Right.
So these are like mini cities. You know what I'm saying? They're not big
Right.
enough to be cities. That's why I tried to describe it on some sports shit. That it's like, all right,
Right.
like this minor league.
Minors. Yeah, for sure.
Philadelphia is the big leagues. Philadelphia is like 3 million people here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We got fucking thousands of high schools and just schools and churches and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like in Norristown, they got one high school. You know what I mean? In the whole area. You know what I'm saying? So, if you go 5 miles any way, like you out of the area, you somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
these places are relatively small. So, by default, it's like Philadelphia's children. It's like if you saw like Mama Goose going down the stream with the little ducklings behind it. So it's like this is like Philadelphia. Here come Norristown, and here come Pottstown, and you know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
what it
Yep.
is.
It's like that out here too. Yeah, because Frisco's the main city, and then everything else. That's why it's called the San Francisco Bay, the San Francisco Bay Area. You know what I mean? Like even Oakland is part of the San Francisco Bay Area. You know what I'm saying? It's across the bay, and that's what separates as a bridge. You know what I'm saying? That and hella water. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you got all these other cities that are around here because San Francisco is a peninsula, which is 3 sides surrounded by water. So you know what I mean? Like all the rest of the cities and stuff like that is more inland. You know what I mean?
It's crazy because I was talking to a girl who from the Philippines and shit, and she was like, "Yeah, it's 4,000 islands, and I'm from where the 2,000 islands at." And I'm like, "What the fuck does that mean?"
Mm-hmm.
Like 2,000
Oh,
islands.
there's a situation that just happened.
You know what I mean? Like that's fucking buck wild. She said it was 7,000 islands. I'm like, damn, how do you even know where the fuck you at? Like, you know what I mean? That's
How do you keep up? Yeah, how do you keep up with that?
It's wild, man. I didn't even know that shit. I mean, but location is everything. Just like, all right, just like if I got a gas station where they know motherfucking gas at, I can charge what I want. So location is just like they say size matters, location is everything. So, with that, she just where they from. They shouldn't try to latch on other places and kind of act like they from there. It's unfortunate that we care that much about sports to the point that sports can define us like we are. So it's like it's people that feel like that they from Philadelphia because they Eagles fans. Like, all right, like hearing niggas that be like, yo, yeah, we gonna win tonight. We this and we that. And it's like,
we lost.
Locker room. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. Like even like with the whole Gilly situation, Gilly represents that we aspect. Where it's like I said, a lot of people that say that they're not allowed in the locker room. So Gilly can go in the locker room, and hang out with the team and so when he say we, it's a different meaning. It's like almost a different it's like
context,
an asterisk.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because and that's what that kind of represents for the city because a lot of people, and I think that's like that in every city, like of course, really feel like they are part of the team. Like even with people here, There's niggas here that's like they fans of other teams and shit, and they be like, we this and we that, and it's like, yo, you ain't never been to Wisconsin.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And if you went
Yep.
out there, probably would chase you out of there.
Right. Yep.
Like if you,
but people
like,
are really fanatics of shit. Like that's where we getting at.
What'd you say?
I was like, some people really are fanatics over shit. The whole, fan is one thing, but the fanatic part, you know what I'm saying? Like,
but if a nigga was so much of a fanatic that he like, yo, I'm gonna move to fucking Green Bay, right?
Yeah.
If them motherfuckers don't want you there, they're gonna get you the fuck out of here. They're gonna be like, this nigga from Philly, he think he from here.
Yeah.
He think he one of us. And show him what time it is. You know what I'm saying?
They're gonna set an example of you.
You know,
that's like that time I went to a Giants game in Philly. When I went to that Giants game out there in 2011 and we won, like I sat on the visitor side. And I had I sat in row 11. You know what I mean? I seen what that sea of red looked like. I wasn't gonna be over there on some.
Like when the Eagles won a chip, right? It was was like other team that fuck with other teams.
Yeah.
Basically had like Eagles jersey and Eagles paraphernalia, and it was on Broad Street with everybody else cheering and shit. And it's like, yo, these motherfuckers, y'all not even Eagles fans, but and they like, no, I'm a Philadelphia fan.
Right.
Well, then not an Eagles fan. Then. It's like, all right, like the common sense is tight. Okay, if your team, if the Eagles win, the party is on Broad Street. If San Francisco win, the party is in San Francisco. You don't live in San Francisco. So if you're gonna catch the plane to go to San Francisco to party with
party with the team.
Will they even receive you as being a nigga from Philly?
Yeah.
You know, so it's like it's mind-boggling to me. But whatever. It's bread and circus overall, but it's in the context of the comic book story, as we say. It's mind-boggling to me.
Yes. How what's the new thing that the kids latched on to now? The younger generation, diabolical. That's funny. Diabolical is a thing now.
And they must have stole that from me because I've been saying diabolical for since forever. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, for real, that's an in thing now, or a thing. Like they say the YN say it.
Yeah,
diabolical is like a thing. That's fresh.
Even like yams came from my hood. In the way we've been saying that shit for fucking 20 years or some shit like that. Like this shit spread all over the world. Like remember the video we was listening to earlier, and the nigga from down south was like, "Yeah, they in the way. He in the way." I'm like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like that shit started here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
it's like a lot of
we got to do history lessons because
a lot of Philadelphia has influenced a lot of, I guess you could say, American culture. There's a lot of things that happen right here in Philadelphia. I mean, after all, it's like that's where everything started in Philadelphia. So it's like that's almost by default. So it's not even like a bragging thing. It's like, but people kind of forget that aspect where it's like this is where everything started at. You know what I'm saying? So, is of course it's going to be like they right now they got the anniversary shit going. They got an expose of 250 things that started in Philadelphia. It's like it's the
250th year next year, right?
For real. But it's like it's way more other shit. Culture shit. So it's like, man, it's like people just gotta atone to that. That's all.
Right.
So yeah, with that, you got a lot of people that's going to loosely associate themselves with Philadelphia, act like they're from Philadelphia. So with this whole Cassidy, Easy to Block Captain thing, I mean, all right, for real, we already know who gonna win. Easy, not is not good. He already got smoked, by Cassidy anyway, right?
Right.
And then he
Yep.
said he was like, "All right, I gotta battle this guy, and then I'm gonna get back to him after the battle." And he never did. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? It's like it's almost like somebody paying Tyson to fight. Like we know he's gonna knock dude out, and this guy he just gets a paycheck. So easy to play. In my opinion, to land my plane on that regard is that I think the easy to buy captain is just getting a paycheck. He about to get aired out. And it's just a paycheck. It's a paycheck
Yeah.
for Cap, paycheck for him. And whoever else can make money off of it. But I think I need to go down there and make some money off of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Yeah, it's going to be a 3-day event. It's going to be that Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The main card is going to be on Sunday, the day before, because he's got a trenches card. The one, because he's got that group when Remy put it up for him. The trenches, that's his league, and then he got Chrome 23, which is her league, and then so it's going to be TBL is doing the easy versus what you call it. And their whole card is going to be vicious. On there, it's going to be it's going to be people from Philly and the surrounding areas versus other people and shit. And then the trenches card, which is easy new people and shit like that. So it's going to be like a 3-day event type thing.
Well, I want to switch gears a little bit. A lot of people have been talking to me about like Hebrew Israelites and shit.
Oh yeah,
Even like taking me for Hebrew Israelites. And you brought up a good point the other day where that I would like for you to go in on, where you said you spoke to a Hebrew Israelite boy, you told him about you know what we gonna say. Of course, anybody's familiar the installation, right?
right.
And what was his? We doing the pace and leave right now for the people, on some journalism shit. So what did he say to you? You know what I'm saying?
Well,
What did
yeah, I was kind of shocked because first it was, you know, well, we can't do nothing about them people, um, and it was like just a deflection at first, but then it was like a reality thing. It's like, what are we gonna do about it? Because I'm quite sure there's people within each of our groups or each group that is a victim of that, and to have the initial the brush off or we can't do nothing with them people, it's the wrong kind of attitude. And the other one was when, we got to try to eat right and get these things right. The connection is the thing right here. We got more similarities and we got differences. You get what I'm saying? But the dialogue being initiated is what we're going to do about our people right now. And it changed. I did see, a couple of the brothers was peeping like, further dialogue down the line. But from the push, it's like, I hear what you're saying, but we got bigger fish to fry right now. You know what I'm saying? Like they got a mission. I understand their mission. Their mission is to change minds. But I get that. We're going to have time to do that. But right now, there's more pressing issues. And I
it's
think
like
that was my. Go ahead.
it's just like in the Hollywood world, and unfortunately, because people is trying to get into La La Land, Hollywood resides in the hearts and minds of a lot of people who probably will be watching this video, and just abroad in that sense overall. You know, and with that, it's like people believe things like, all right, like this. I'm gonna throw this out there. If if I shoot a gas tank with a bullet from a gun, what's gonna happen?
According to my mind or according to Mythbusters?
Well, according to the
Consensus.
populace, the consensus of the populace,
Oh, they would think it would explode.
right?
They would think
So
a movie scenario.
we go a poll of people who would believe, and probably like, in my opinion, I would say 8 out of 10 people would believe that the car would blow up if you shoot the gas tank with a bullet, right? But in all actuality, you know the gas tank is like rubber or some shit or some type of plastic, and you shoot a hole in it, it just have a hole in it. You know, maybe depending on where you hit it at, it might leak the gas out, but in some cases, it just have a hole in it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just but I say that to say that a lot of people believe things that are just completely fiction in terms of biblical literature. You know what I'm saying? And these people, they low key suffer from mental illness. And they're not qualified to speak or to be leaders of society if you believe that somebody lived inside of a fish. Like all right, like stomach acid alone would kill someone who live in a fish. You know what I'm saying? Like, you believe that a woman gave birth to a white child and a black child in the same womb at the same time. So it's twins, but they both was white. One was white and one was black. And you really
Yeah.
believe, but we can't find in the world where that has happened since. But they believe that. So it's like
Once.
I think like we need to just go and show and hold the mirror up to people like, yo, look at yourself.
Yeah.
Maybe you're not aware of yourself. You believe in fiction.
Mm-hmm.
And if you
Fix
believe in
it.
fiction as an adult, you suffer from mental illness and you're not qualified to be in any form of leadership. You know what I'm saying? Like, you believe in like tooth fairy type shit, Santa Claus, Easter Bunny. That's the type of shit that you believe. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
A person can't survive in a fish for 3 for 3 days.
You can no.
What is going on out here in this world, man? Like, how do y'all
But
believe?
now
It's,
the only way that I could feel that somebody could actually believe that is in a time when you wasn't allowed to read. Like people get this, like we have this notion in our mind that we would have the same mentality as the people before us that never had a book, my name. Like, hold on, bro. There's a
like,
lot of things.
like if I put
Yeah.
on my like if I went to a job and I would put on my resume that I work at the North Pole with Santa Claus, right?
Right.
You think I'm going to get a job? Like, let's take a poll out there. Like, how many people think I'm going to get a job if I put on my resume that I work at the North Pole with Santa Claus? You know what I'm saying? Like, let's be
Yeah.
literal. Like, it's real. Like,
Yeah.
motherfuckers believe things that are like logical fallacies,
Right.
and it's like, all right, like when somebody come to you about real issues, like, yo, y'all y'all got installed with some shit that they told you was to protect you, and then they came back and told you, oh, that shit don't work, and you need to take more of the shit that don't work to fight that you don't even know exists.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So
Whew.
so and you did that, and then you went back out on the corner and you said the white man is the devil, and white yeah. So all right, if the white man is the devil, then what is white science? Like, how do you go and get you get you go and take a fucking one way trip to the Poconos and get Jabberwock, right?
Yeah.
Hold up. Hold
This is media literacy, my man. Like, what?
Oh man, it's not funny though. Like, because it's serious business. All right, so you do something to yourself that would suggest that you trust the people who you consider to be the devil. And you think that you qualified to be in the role of leadership. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, even Martin Luther King was like, niggas like to bang on motherfuckers. I'm gonna give you one. Even Martin Luther King was smart enough to say, "Damn, I think I led my people into a burning house." But y'all take the cake, because y'all in the burning house cooking marshmallows. Still talking about
Hey,
still talking about somebody else, right? Well,
hey, but
where the fuck is you leading us? Like, all right, like Moses, nigga.
yeah,
If somebody
sorry
was
about
in right now, you can look and see how long
that.
does it take to
Hold
walk from Africa to uh, uh fucking Israel, to Mesopotamia, wherever the fuck, Iraq, wherever the fuck that area was, where they land of milk and honey, right?
on. All right.
It take fucking 2 weeks on foot.
Yeah.
So how do it take these motherfuckers 40 years to get somewhere that for 2 weeks?
Yeah.
That's the worst GPS navigator ever. I'm not following behind somebody that had me walking around in the wilderness, and my kids is grown now. It's just like, all right, niggas is mad at Umar, right? Niggas, niggas will say, nigga will say, Umar, the kid, when Umar first started talking about this collecting money for the school, the kids
Yeah.
talking to then, they in college now, right? But Moses had niggas walking around until niggas had gray and gout and bad knees, and you know what I'm
Done.
saying?
Done.
40 years. That means my kids is 40 now, and they got grays, and we still ain't get to where the fuck you said we were supposed to be going, my nigga.
Yeah, there's something wrong with these stories, man. And that's the thing. See, we can I'd love to, you know what I mean, rub history with some of these history buffs and stuff like that, but like the present is the most important part right now so we can have a future. You know what I'm talking about? Cuz like we can use the past in order to figure out what our present is like so we can do something about our future. Cuz that's the
But
only time we need to dip back there.
right, and if you on the corner talking about the white man is the devil, after you get off the mic, you go take some white medicine. You are part of the problem. You pump faking. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, like, like I said to the brother the other day, I said, all right, Nick, these motherfuckers are selling shea butter. You you know how erroneous that is? Like, all right, Hebrew Israelites are selling shea butter. Like, all right, but y'all claim that Africans sold you into slavery, and these Hamites, they gotta pay when Jesus come back. That's what these motherfuckers believe. Like, they hate Hamites, but these niggas are selling Hamite butter, right? Jewish people don't sell Nazi products and help Nazi niggas get money. You know what I'm saying? So where's your integrity? Where's your morals to say, like, I would never help a Hamite get money for what they did to my people. I would never sell a Hamite product. Why you don't ain't on that type time? You know what I'm saying? But you selling Hamite butter. You selling African shea butter. And the motherfuckers will say to me, Africans don't own shea butter. Well, where is this shea butter from?
Yeah. Hey.
Who was the first person to use shea butter and to educate somebody about the benefits of shea butter? You know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
It was
And,
Moses while he was chilling with them Africans.
well, what has Africa ever done for anybody else? Or what has African ever done for black people?
I got a good answer for that.
It's doing something for you if you selling shea butter. That's
Yep.
feeding your kids, ain't it? You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
If the
Hey.
African
the Africans said, you know what, we ain't importing no more fucking shea butter. We ain't exporting no more shea butter to the US. Fuck them. Y'all want to talk about us on YouTube? Fuck y'all. We cutting off the shea butter. Right?
Hey, look, yeah,
Let's say
look,
that was a thing and it really happened. Did these motherfuckers over here that hate Hamites and talk shit about Africa, you lose a revenue stream because y'all niggas is selling African shea butter while you talking shit about Africans. Make it make sense. You know what I'm saying? Like
hey, look, I
that's a
got. Go ahead. You said that's a
Nah, I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I'm parallel parked. You know what I mean?
yeah. Hey, look, cause see, I got an answer for him. Now, what has Africans ever done? Now, I give you a little give us a little history lesson on this. From my understanding, a country cannot get into another country's civil issues. So, this whole time that we've been here in this United States, some people been out here rambling about we having a civil issue to other countries. So even if they wanted to help, there are some lawyers that went to school for this stuff that probably should know. Maybe they all cut school that day. That if a country cannot get into another country's civil issues, how you gonna blame another country for not helping us?
Right. You know,
Now,
Amal paid attention in that part instead of trying to fill your head up with some weaponized bullshit, you know, based upon incomplete recognizance. You know what I mean? But I digress. Go ahead.
but so I mean, when people have argument, excuse me, excuse, a reason, the ER, there we go, excuses and reasons. We're gonna bring that back. We're gonna call it the ER. We're gonna call it ambulance because the blame. If we blame in anything, we got to blame our ignorance. And what is their main thing? Ignorance is not an excuse for the reason why we ain't finna convict you. Basically, is how that go. You know what I mean? Ignorance is not a excuse for not knowing the law. And basically, when we sitting up here complaining about what's not right, I mean, we got to figure out, we got to see this unity as it is. Because look, you in Philly, I'm in Frisco. Now, one thing about it, they doing both the same shit no matter where we at. Whether we got purple outfits on, whether I got a Giants hat, whether you got a Phillies hat on, they doing the same thing to us. And one thing we all got in common is poverty.
Well, one thing I do want to say to that, if you from America, you from Philly. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like in one way or another, you got some Philly something because this where the shit started at. So you know, motherfuckers that want to be all patriotic and all of that, you know, bring when you come to Philly. You know, but I mean, but for real though, seriously, you know, people need to stop being territorial and putting so
But,
much emphasis and energy to imaginary lines on the ground. You know what I'm
right,
saying? Like, you know, we are earthlings. You know what I'm saying?
right,
And just at that, you know.
yep,
Of course, you know, they working on some 7D hologramic external threat to get you to get on board with that, you know. But you know
right,
that's a coming attraction. So we'll get to that later. You know what I
right,
mean? But for right now, while they want you beefing, you know, you got to make sense of the unnecessary bullshit that we throw in the lake. All of these
right,
boulders that we throw in the lake that fuck up the flow of things, right? You
right,
know, you beefing with niggas based upon a fucking team. You beefing with niggas behind a political view. You beefing
yeah.
with niggas behind what rapper they like. You know what I'm saying?
The way they wear their hat, and
With,
the way a nigga,
yeah, with where they wear their hat, what color they wearing, what
yeah,
religion got. Like we got
right,
at least 10 things that we normalize that fuck up our community because we can't see past these fucking 10 gates or 10 barriers that keep us at odds with each other on stupid bullshit. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right,
And that's they purposely put out there so you can't come together. We normalize delineation, right? To the
mm-hmm,
point we thrive on that. We take pride in that. Fuck
Right.
them Cali niggas. I'm from Philly, nigga.
Yeah.
You know,
See,
or fuck
exactly.
them niggas. You
Right.
know, I'm
Right.
from Jersey, nigga. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Right.
You
Hey,
know,
look,
and
one
those
look,
people, none of
go
those
ahead.
people, no, when they was born, none of those people pick like on some selected player shit, pick their location when they was born. They just so happen to be born where the fuck
Right
they at.
there.
You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
Yep. Right.
Put too much is on territorial bullshit. And just like the niggas said, is rapping to you because you of course niggas don't hear shit unless you rap it to them. Niggas is
Right.
rapping. Yo, you don't
Mm-hmm.
own the you dying for.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
You don't own the neighborhood that you rep, and you doing
Yep.
all of this. You know, and some
Yep.
white people come in and bulldoze your motherfucking block and put a fucking memorial for some racist motherfucker in your fucking hood,
Yep. Why
or a
you
fucking
not there?
highway, or a fucking Chick-fil-A or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
Eh,
And somebody else wearing your clothes too. Some other nigga wearing your clothes because she let him. You know what I'm talking about? Like people then moved on and you then left up out of there. We got to realize what we leaving behind. And these elders ain't got no choice. Hey, in the chat, I found the Philadelphia Steagles outfits. That's fresh. 1943.
Yeah. Hey, look, 43, just like the 43 it was shut down, because if you to delete this message, press 7, and to save it, press 9. You know what I'm saying? These
Mm-hmm.
palindromic rituals on you, synchronous and all of this other shit, they do the shit to you all the fucking time. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
everything with Trump is 7, just like when his running mate was Mike Pence and he had the 7 Trump Pence, just like in Revelation, 7 trumpets, the Trump Tower with the 7 towers, you know,
Trumpets and crumpets.
but we just, told you so. You know what I'm saying? You know,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? But
Accidentally on purpose.
it's a script, it's this, we say that to say, you know, motherfuckers stick to the script. Y'all accept this shit as reality. You let the shit turn you upside down, beef with your family and all the shit. You mad, and these motherfuckers is fucking big face heel bad guy wrestler flip flopping motherfuckers. Their kids
Right.
go to school. Their kids date each other. They go have orgies and all that fly shit. And y'all niggas is beefing like they really mortal enemies. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
that's the name of the game.
Uh-huh. Ain't nothing like they need. This
Beefing
shit
about
crazy.
because while you beefing about bullshit, you can't
Mm.
realize that you got a common goal and common enemy. Well, let's work together to our common goal and let's thwart our common enemy. Real simple
Yeah.
shit. But
Yeah.
because motherfuckers throw stones and boulders in the river and fuck up the flow of things, you know what I'm saying? We
Right.
can't see. We can't get out of a wet paper bag.
Mm-hmm.
I control the many.
Yep.
If you can control the many by keeping them distracted and infighting on bullshit.
Right.
You know what I'm
Over shit
saying?
that don't matter.
Yep. Keep them focused on bread and circus. You know what I mean?
Hey,
Keep them.
cause seasonal, that's all everybody focus on. Fact.
And that's the tape. So yeah, it's a rap battle coming up, and it's a rap battle palooza weekend coming up. Is all kind of bread and circus. Your favorite team is playing.
Right.
Your football team is playing. Your favorite basketball team is playing. You know,
Yeah.
your team fucking won the World Series, and then that prompted you to go fuck the city up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right. Hey, and I seen how like we know before what they do out there. They went ahead and greased the poles because they know y'all's finna get to jumping on poles and all kind of shit.
Yeah,
For
but
sure.
why do people destroy where they live? Where they celebrating? Like, I'm happy. Like, all right, and it's like, you know, and like, matter of fact, you know, let me rephrase that. They don't destroy where they live. Some of these motherfuckers that was out there destroying shit, they ain't even from Philly. They
Right.
that's the motherfucking easy to block captain niggas out there.
Oh, he was from Philly there, huh? With a Philly fit on.
Yeah, them easy to block captain niggas out there destroying shit, man. Them niggas ain't even from Philly. They drove 40 minutes to get to Philly to fuck up break shit. You know, but
With a dark skinned Philly jersey on.
a lot of people come to Philly to fuck shit up. You know, real shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Race, run red lights, and burn out in the corner, shoot people, all kind of shit, and then hit the highway and go back wherever the fuck
Hey,
they
I
do.
can show you. Let me pull my phone up. I can show you right now. At least this week, how many times people see San Francisco is the place that got the cheapest drugs on the West Coast, and you know what I'm saying. Like the crime when they brought crime less than anything less than $600 was misdemeanor. Everybody was running. All the Walgreens is closed out here. I think there's like one or two Walgreens that still exist. Nigga, all the CVS's is closed. You know what I mean? Or I think they got one or two. But nah, everybody was running up in that shit. They had teams of people that was just running up in shit. As long as you stole under $600, it was good. You was Gucci. So I don't know if you seen on the news. The whole time I was going and a whole bunch of shit. They changed laws and so they made it look as bad as it possibly could get.
I know they had AI videos and all of these talking head motherfuckers on YouTube talking about, oh, black people going running the store and they going fuck people up in the store because the
Right.
government food stamps, despite the fact that more white people get food stamps than black people in this country. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's
Mm-hmm.
like, you know, this should be like these motherfuckers always attacking us on some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers didn't even fucking, like, they show videos that we can't even confirm if they real or not because of the fucking
Right.
AI. You
Right.
know,
Exactly.
people, you know, going and stealing shit out the stores. We've seen videos of girls saying that they had stole shit, you know, and they recording themselves going through plastic bags or trash bags or stuff that they allegedly stole from the store, which I
Right.
don't understand why somebody would incriminate themselves in that way. Like, why would
Right.
you get a camera to say, hey, look, I stole this and stole that? There's one thing if you crashed out and motherfuckers happened to record you while you was crashing out. But why would you go in, take some shit, successfully get away, and then go home and then record yourself saying that you stole this, that, and the third? You know what I'm saying? That don't make sense
Right.
to me whatsoever. But you know, in
Right.
this world of clout chasing, I wouldn't be surprised if that girl bought the shit with either her some money that she had or the remaining balance on her fucking snap card and just put the shit in the trash bag and then made a video claiming she stole the shit. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case too. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because we live in a day and age where people is, you know, they constantly looking for some way to go viral. So,
Right.
and it's like their morals and integrity get put on the back burner because they never think about the ramifications of their actions. Like, if I suggest to people that I stole this shit out the store, who's gonna come behind me and try to steal out the store and possibly get locked up? You know, we can even argue did those videos, whether they was real or not, how many of those videos actually got somebody locked up on some bullshit because they tried to go out and emulate. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And
Right.
so, like, when these motherfuckers be taking down our videos for bringing awareness to things and providing information and education and resources and recommendations, you know, they taking our shit down and shadow banning and giving us community strikes and all kind of bullshit. But These motherfuckers can get on here and tell kids to drink raw milk and put bleaching bullshit and all kind of fake remedies and how to steal cars and all kind of degenerate type bullshit. They're not banning that. You know what I'm saying? But they
Right.
ban that we do that make a difference or that's mad, as you say. You know,
Right.
acronym shit. MAD making a difference.
Yes. Exactly. Gotta be mad. It's just something we doing. Like on the daily, you gotta change these things, taking the spookism out these words. You know what I'm saying? Like changing it, because they gonna change it on us. You know what I mean? That's what we're doing right now. Shit, I was just looking at these videos, like as you were saying, about a lot of this stuff that's going on, because we can't tell who's who. Hey,
Just like with the hurricane in Jamaica, right? You
yeah,
know, I seen various videos that's like super fake. Uh, Black women walking around barefooted in the hurricane, and who the fuck is recording them in the fucking hurricane? So you know what I'm saying? Like,
right,
who's
right,
you know, it's like AI dumb shit. You know, we've been
right,
inundated with fake videos and people who lack integrity. It's like you got trying to pass off videos, fake AI videos is real, and try to put some
yeah,
fake smart philosophical caption on the shit, and trying
right,
to convey that clouds is alien spaceships and
yeah,
pyramids, God, and all
right,
kind of dumb shit,
yeah,
and dressing like fucking females and weird shit. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Hey,
But
look, and look,
no,
check it. Look, I just found one of these videos. Look at one of the other main things that we up against. This the main one of the main ones right here. Look, let me see this.
it should be all fucking bullshit. If you out here
Right,
trying to off, if you try to pass off fucking AI videos for real, that's the equivalent of going to go get some tree and passing off $4 like it's five and not saying nothing, bitch.
right. Huh. Yeah, let me see. See, you start this over. Oh yeah, here. Let me see.
Fuck wrong with these niggas, man?
Right. Let's see. I'm gonna see if I can start it over. Okay, there it is.
Eastern Iowa communities.
Mid-Michigan communities.
We are extremely proud of the quality, balanced journalism that CBS 4 News produces.
But we are concerned about troubling irresponsible, one-sided news stories plaguing our country.
The
sharing of biased and false news has become all too common on social media. More alarming, some media outlets publish these same fake stories without checking facts first.
The sharing of biased and
False news has become all too common on social media.
More alarming, some media outlets publish these stories without checking facts first.
Unfortunately, some members of the media use their platforms to push their own personal bias and agenda to control exactly what people think. And this is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
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 Point taken, huh?
Been more dangerous that video that you watch too. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to get Grok or fucking chat make one of them fucking videos a couple seconds. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But
Right.
that's not to to poke holes in it, because the reason is that all the fucking news networks is owned by the same motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So these motherfuckers script, you know, good homework assignment for motherfuckers is to go watch that movie. I think it's 1970 called The Network. You know what I mean? So this bull, you know, he was going in on the news. He was going off a script. You know what I'm saying? News trying to figure out how the fuck to deal with this motherfucker. Back, you know, so this is before it got caught lying, putting explosives on fucking cars and blowing it up, and then putting up fake reports about saying blowing up. This is before that. That was, you know what I'm saying? But they got caught for that. They had to come on TV and they had to say, "Oh, we sorry that we lied to y'all. We ain't never gonna do it again." Do you think the liar is gonna tell you the truth? You know what I'm saying? So of course they gonna do it again. They did it again and again and again, to the point that you forgot or didn't even know that they got caught lying. General Motors make them motherfuckers go on TV and tell the truth. It was fucking. You know what I'm saying? But you know, it's just like, you know, like we always say, it's just like if you go to somebody's house that got dirty dishes, and you see it all on the forks and the knives and the plate, you ain't gonna want nothing to drink.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're gonna say I passed. That's a hard pass. It's all of this other shit, body like a motherfucker.
Right.
You know?
You're like,
So
I'm not thirsty.
Why would I want to have a drink when motherfucking knives and plate and the fucking napkins ain't even fucking clean? You know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
They reuse the hell no, I don't want nothing.
No,
You
I
know,
don't want nothing today.
How the fuck you keep accepting shit from known liars when motherfuckers get mad when they told fake weather reports? Them motherfuckers back to you, Jim, and you can't trust the weatherman, but you think Jim is telling the damn truth.
How smart of you. How smart of you. That makes a lot of sense. From after what we know to be known to be now. Yeah, about that. Yeah, it's a lot of little situation. Hey, did you see the situation when the girl she got outed from the Grammys and shit, and she exposing about the awards and shit? Look, this made news. This some shit right now that everybody's talking about. Oh, look, I gotta re-log in. Hold on. Struggle streaming. But yeah, she exposed them, saying that the you know how basically the record labels be paying for their favorites, you know what I mean, to win these awards, and because she was the CEO of the award show, and then they fired her, so she exposing all the shit. She went on the news and went and told all the shit. Hold on, let me see. You know, nowadays everybody want to give up their. Right here, what's oh yeah, here it is.
She would keep her silence. She refused.
Is the awards process your truth? You have to tell your truth.
Deborah Dugan says last week the Recording Academy offered her millions of dollars if she would keep her silence. She refused.
Is the awards process corrupt? It's rigged.
12,000 Academy members vote to determine the top 20 nominees for a Grammy Award. But Dugan, alongside her attorney, says committees who pick the final nominees can be influenced.
You're saying that in some cases, the nominating process has the involvement of people who have an interest in the nominations, artists who might be nominated are in the room.
Absolutely.
And not just the artists, it's the people who have business affiliations with the artists as
Could
well.
represent the artist.
Are in the room.
Yes.
What about the allegation that artists have made that it is predominantly white, that the decisions are being made by males? Is that true?
It is true. It's predominantly white males that call the shots.
She says Sunday night, artists up for Song of the Year took spots from Ariana Grande and Ed Sheeran.
When you move somebody up, somebody comes out. And I was in the room, and I did see that happen.
The Academy said today.
Yeah, about that. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's scripted bullshit. You know, just like,
Right.
all right, like, hold on. Talk about the audio struggles with Bedlam. But, you know, just like DMX, when DMX said that they contacted him and told him that he was going to win an award. They let him know beforehand he was winning the award, and they wanted him to perform with Jay-Z. And the way that they wanted him to perform, they wanted to make him kind of look like he was Jay-Z hype man. He wasn't feeling that shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, fuck it. I ain't doing it. So they gave the award to Nelly.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It was going to be whatever they wanted.
And we telling you these motherfuckers be lying about shit. So it's not outside the realm of reality that they wouldn't script and fake an award ceremony. You know?
I mean, they do the Super Bowl. Oh, my bad. Too soon?
No, it ain't too soon.
Yeah. I mean, we all know now. I mean, all these people, you know, think these people, what was that on? Any Given Sunday? I mean, how many movies did they show you that they do it in? That they actually get down like that? That's part of the script. That's not nowhere in somewhere we've seen before. Could have swore I saw it. But and these people betting on these games, they distracted. Let you hit a couple of times. Let you lose most of the time. Because we seen when it was what they do, right when the whole process, when they were actually making it legal to gamble on these football games and shit. When they were making the apps, you had to go through certain channels in order to get one. Because all that shit was available for a certain time. When was that? Right before COVID? They was fighting with the FCC in order to get that shit approved, and you had to be going through certain hoops. Just like certain organizations, like we couldn't start an app that each of us put $100 in, and if somebody need the money, we let them borrow it. How they do, we couldn't do a community version of that because it's illegal. They can do it and charge interest and things, but we couldn't do it as a community and help our own.
Yeah, we need to have our own internet.
Right.
Because
and that's when
people forget that they don't own, anybody else. I can't do or not. They what they shit.
Right.
I like it, but in my shit, if they shit just like on Friday, when Craig was like, "Damn, you wet the motherfucker up," and Smokey was like, "It's my shit. I can do whatever I want with my shit."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like, just like like what Marcus Garvey said, like, motherfuckers is in science. We need engineers, doctors, we need scientists. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yep.
Motherfuckers be making dance moves and bullshit. White people is how to fucking air rack fucking guns and disassemble them and fucking make figure 8 knots and all kind of weird, crazy camping shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. And niggas taking art appreciation.
All right. So
not funny.
So it's like motherfuckers is inadvertently putting putting the future at a disadvantage. I mean,
right.
And it's
Even
done that way strategically. You know, on some preemptive Hunger Games, like,
right.
You know, the motherfuckers I want to get out of here. I'm not gonna give you the proper training. You know what I mean?
Right. Now, because just like right now, coming up on the 1st, right before we on the 12th right now, right before the 1st, it was looking bad for a lot of people, right? A lot of people was talking about they didn't know what they was going to do if they didn't get no EBT on the 1st. How in the fuck is that possible? People don't remember what, like, you mean to tell me you didn't have another option? You mean to tell me that, like, your reliance on the system is that much that we cannot just, you don't know nobody to talk to about having some food? You mean that a system is taking care of your family and you're not at this time in your life? Is that where we at right now? How are you reliant on a system? I can't even rely on my mother that much. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm relying on myself in order for me to try to get somewhere. I'm getting help. Don't get me wrong. Let's not get that mistaken. But the whole situation in itself right now at this point, if a system collapses your ability to feed yourself, then we need to do something about what you're doing. If it came to the 31st and you was panicking because you didn't know if your card was going to have some money on it, bet you December 1st you better have another plan in place. If December 1st you ain't got another plan in place, then something went terribly wrong. I mean, because one thing, I mean, the mayor out here made sure, quote unquote, that the 114,000 EBT recipients weren't going to have an issue come up next month if this administration wants to play around with, you know, trying to food fund somebody. But that has nothing to do with the community itself. Like, there's people out here, they was giving out extra cards. They was giving out, there's, you know, various food banks. We got community grocery stores that you can go to for free if you need food and stuff like that. That already exists prior to this. You know what I'm saying? So people with boots on the ground was making sure that come the 1st, people was going to have food. Come the 28th, the 29th, you get what I'm saying? Out here. And if come December 1st, folks ain't got a community plan together, what the fuck is we doing right now?
Well, I'm not in the business of blaming victims, handicapped.
Right. I'm not. Right.
You know, I'm in the right.
I'm talking about self-sufficient, of course.
System at large, right?
Right.
That is at large to do fuckery, you know, to unsuspecting people. And we normalize that to the point that we blame victims for being victims. It's like, you know, it's like if somebody broke in your house and, you know, they came in with guns drawn and, you know, did whatever they wanted to do, you know, and somebody came up and was like, man, you a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, like, what the fuck? Like, what, you know what I mean? We blaming victims for atrocities that are happening. You know, but because we can't see the atrocity, it's easier to blame and make, you know, the victim be the suspect. You know what I mean? And that's the name of the game. It's almost like Clue. Remember that game Clue, when somebody gets stabbed in the back and the lights go out, somebody gets stabbed in the back and the lights come back on and the motherfucker laid out and they don't know who did it. You know,
yeah, it was Dr. Plum in the closet with the knife.
Right. These motherfuckers like to move like that because the people they did a lot to build society up to have unsuspecting people fit a certain hue or a certain archetype. You know what I'm saying? So people who navigate in that unsuspecting space, they do a lot of dirt when the lights are out. You know what I mean? Because nobody would ever think that they would have anything to ever do this. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It'd be somebody who looked more like me and you because they did because on the flip side, they did a lot of work in creating the facade that, you know, people who commit crime look a certain way and fit a certain archetype and talk a certain way and dress. You know what I'm saying?
It works for their movies.
It's more crime that's done in white collar than blue collar or streetwear or fucking Nike Tech. You know what I mean? Like, you know,
Right.
I seen an egregious commercial the other day. And it was the Nike Tech commercial where they had like, you know, the YNs sitting in the projects and, you know, they talking about, you know, all kind of nonsense and, you know, kind of discrediting, you know, the intellect or possible intellect, you know, shout out to the young boys that are actually, you know, just, you know, and act, I mean, but you know, they associate ignorance and ineptitude with, you know, a certain look or a certain hue. You know what I'm saying? They got all the YNs in the video talking nonsense, and then the bird shit on one of them. Then it's like, yeah, buy Nike Tech shit. You know what I'm saying? So they selling this overpriced fucking gym wear to the young motherfuckers for them to look like the fucking foot from the Ninja Turtle shit. You know what I mean? So they can
Wow.
be out and locked up and their lives fucked up. You know what I'm saying? But then we turn around and say, you know, these YNs is out of control.
No.
You know, just like you made the video showing how you can go to motherfucking Walmart. Now, some places in the county you can go to Walmart and you can get like real guns, right? But like if you like somewhere like close to black people, then you know they won't sell you real guns, but they'll sell your kids fake guns that look like real guns, right? Because they teach your kids how to be motherfucking snipers and fucking Tony Montana and Rambo, whoever the fuck else, you know, because they romanticize guns and crime and drugs and sex in the black community. And, you know, nobody ever says anything to Hasbro or fucking Rockstar Games or any other of these people who profit off of the demise of the mental state of our children, right? Nobody says that. We blame the kid. It's out of control, right? We blame the unsuspecting parents who were once children themselves and they've been misled, and this is a generational thing. You know, we act like, you know, this epigenetic bullshit is like one generational, like if they just started doing fuckery last a couple years ago. No, you know what I'm saying? They've been doing fuckery for since your great grandfather. You know what I'm saying? To the point that we dress up like motherfuckers and want to look like motherfuckers, talk like motherfuckers, and live near motherfuckers that don't want nothing to do with us. But we see type of fucking accolade to climbing up the motherfucking ladder on some George Jefferson. You know what I'm saying? Now we up in the big leagues, right? In the big
Moving
leagues,
on up.
around people who don't want me to be around them, and they calling the police on me and telling me you need to leave on some Karen shit. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Fuck out of here. Like, you know, up in the big leagues is when you can build up your community and start to get rid of that filth and bullshit and the dilapidation that we normalize, right?
Right.
Throw trash down in the hood, you know, not to say that I'm not encouraging people to throw trash. We'll be throwing trash on the ground, but theoretically, I could throw trash on the ground and come back a year later and the shit gonna still be in that same spot. Right. You know what I'm saying? But if you throw trash in the white neighborhood, you might get locked up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you might get a fine. You know what I mean? So who's behind that? Who's behind normalizing crime, dilapidation, fucking litter and all kind of bullshit in certain people's communities? You know, in America, you can drive down the same, and if you go down the same street long enough, that same nice street is going to turn fucked up because now you in the black side of town. Why is it like? Why is it like that? Like, hey man,
Every town USA.
Obama was the president, bro. Fall back. You know what I mean? Or racism is over. Like it's only niggas that's racist is Republicans. So just chill with that. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's how they want to. That's how they want us to look at this shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yep, it was over.
It's like a political thing, right? If anything, I prefer my racism medium rare. You know what I'm saying? I prefer my racism to the point let me see the blood. I want to see it. I know that this motherfucker is racist. I don't want done racism because I'm thinking it's cooked. I'm thinking it ain't nothing there, but it is something there. It's deceiving. I don't want throw the stone, hide your hand. Hey, I'm down with you. I got black friends racism. I don't want that. I know that motherfucker is racist. Let me stay the fuck away from him. He don't fuck with me. I don't fuck with him. Cool with that.
Right.
That's the shit
Confederate flag on your car. Confederate flag on your car.
I don't like
house. I need to know it.
These covert motherfuckers that like fucking give out like poisonous candy to kids on Halloween and shit, and you never would suspect them because they just nice little white people. Like, I'm not into that. I'll let me know you don't fuck with me. And we're too trusting, and we dance too close to people that we don't know if they're going to fucking stab us or poke us with an ice pick or something. You know what I mean?
Right.
Get away from.
And they already have bad thoughts because they watch TV. Because I've seen TV before. I know what it looked like. And there's a few things with that. One thing that I noticed is that I've been meeting a lot of people, or not a lot of people, but I've been meeting quite a few genuinely people who believe this narrative of TV. You get what I'm saying? Like the lady was from a whole different country. But she believed that, you know what I'm saying, that these people here can do no wrong. And they believe, they also believe that, there was a lot of prejudices that she had, and I looked at her as more handicapped than anything. I didn't even get upset at her because I understood that if I watched TV, and if that was my only perception of the way America was, then I'd probably think the same thing. You get what I'm saying? I wanted to bark at her, but I realized how handicapped that she really truly was, and I could, you know what I'm saying? And I empathized. You know what I mean? I was like, damn, that's really fucked up. You get what I'm saying? Like, because it's
I know who can do no wrong. It's motherfucking the vegan spot Nourish at motherfucking 2nd and Girard, because they food is good as the motherfucker, and they cooking with your best interest at heart. You know what I mean?
Nice.
Not putting bull.
Nameless plug.
Or healthy shit. You know what I mean? It's nameless free plug because provide education and information that people can use.
Right.
So ITIL is vital. As they say. You know what I'm saying? So.
Right.
Food is just as good as letting me know it's a pothole in the road and I need to move out the way. You know what I'm saying? So, you a Philly, you thinking about coming to Philly, Nourish, 2nd and Girard, you know what I mean? Green sign, good food. Green equals good. You know what I mean? But I had to fuck that shit up real quick. That shit was good as hell. You know what I mean? I couldn't let that go to waste. You know what I mean? But, we got to emphasize on looking out for each other. When we delegate our responsibilities to somebody else, we gonna fail. You know what I mean? And
right.
It's the irony is that there's independence, but then there's independence or independency or in the state of dependency.
Right.
A lot of us have that misconstrued where. You waiting on the stamps, or you waiting on this motherfucker to vote on your bill while they taking the month off, or you waiting on so and so to come clean up the trash that the trash man didn't pick up, or you waiting on the plow truck to come and shovel out your block because your car is snowed in. You know, you're in the state of dependency. You know what I'm saying? You're not, you don't have any interest in doing for self. You're not trying to get out there and shovel this street out. You're not trying to get the brothers on the block to say, hey, look, our street is snowed in. Let's dig out the cars and let's move the snow to a strategic place to where it's not in the way of fucking something up. You know, we don't have to wait on motherfucking Sherelle Parker to send a damn Bobcat down the block the plow us in even further. You know what I'm saying? You know, we ain't got to wait on people to come and police our communities more. We can put together a townwide. We ain't got to wait on a food bank, right? We can take on the obligation of looking out for each other in our community, from community to community, and motherfuckers got food that they can share with each other, you know, or better, we can grow food and be taught how to grow food and manage our own communities and have food banks in our communities that we grew with our own hands, right? We cultivated with our own hands and our own mind and our own ingenuity, you know what I'm saying? Stop cutting down fucking trees that grow and produce natural fruit, right? I remember going stepping over motherfucking apple trees, cherries, and shit like that. They cut all that shit down, and then motherfuckers now have got no association with nature and food. You think that food comes from the supermarket and not from the ground. You know what I'm saying? That's how they got your kids in 2025 thinking, so that even the kids that got kids and trying to raise kids, they don't know what they're going to do when the stamps cut off. But then we say, oh, these motherfuckers is lazy. These motherfuckers is this and that. When it's a whole system. Are they lazy, or is the system systeming, right?
Yeah.
You know, because of course the word system means sewer. Shit, right? Is this fucking thing and got people in a whole bunch of bullshit, right? Or it's motherfuckers lazy, or is motherfuckers scheming, or is everybody selling their motherfucking food stamps and buying Gucci and Versace? How much money you think? Listen, first of all, people say stupid shit like that. Like, motherfuckers sell food stamps for half than what they are. So if I got $100, just to give you the perspective for the ignorant people, if you got $100 worth of food stamps, right? The motherfuckers sell food stamps for $50. You get $50 for $100 worth. So how much food stamps you think you're gonna have to sell to be able to go and take that money and buy fucking Gucci? Like, motherfuckers say ridiculous shit without even just doing basic math. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, or even knowing or trying to further, you know what I'm saying? Not to try to defend people who do such a thing, or who have not strived to be better or do better. You know what I'm saying? We grew up in the era where you know, our elders told us, like, listen, you got to work twice as hard out here. You know what I'm saying? These mediocre white, right? Exactly, especially if you're black, because these mediocre white people, they ain't got to work hard as you. You got to work hard to get regular shit. You know?
Just to get what they got. Yeah.
But in studies today, where it's like they saying, a black man with a college degree got the same chances getting a job with a white dude who don't got one. You know what I'm saying? And that's you know, so those messages have faded to black. They've fallen on deaf ears, and it's not reciprocated or regurgitated anymore. If anything, that need to be regurgitated is that, where we all got to sit down and say, look, you black, you're gonna have to work harder. It is what it is. I know it's bullshit, but you gotta work. You can't just coast through life. You black, you got to work harder. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, they don't get that message. They look at that social and all this other bullshit people mislead them, and they go around thinking, oh, you know, they start talking white people somehow. Let me talk to your supervisor, right? And they don't know they downtown, or they start flexing on the police and saying I ain't doing nothing, and then now out here on some George Floyd shit because motherfuckers then got too familiar and they forgot where they was at. You behind enemy line. You trying to get La La Land, and we told you La La Land is closed, nigga.
Right.
It's just behind it so long you can't see the front. You know.
Right.
We've been telling you that. You know,
right.
Motherfuckers be trying to walk around here and your Dockers and your motherfucking part in your head and all this other assimilated bullshit. You trying to act like these people and talking crazy to authority and act like, oh yeah, I'm gonna tell these people where to get off and where to put it, and then they put a bullet in the back of your foot or your head or some shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Or they just sit there. Look, or they just sit there and financially just bleed you to death. That's their thing nowadays. They just gonna financially bleed you to death and watch you in public, watch your expressions, watch you emotionally go through it. That's what I've been watching. I've been watching them like bleed people pockets and then just like leave them out there and watch them crash out.
Well, you know, people had to be reminded of where they at. You know, crashing out, you doing that, be trying to move like water. You know what I'm saying? The least path of resistance. You know, recognize where the you at. You behind enemy lines. Like motherfuckers out here talking about relationships. Like you can't get on YouTube without seeing somebody talking about relationship. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that because that's all these niggas is allowed to talk about. You can't talk about real issues like this. Y'all scared your monetization gonna get fucked up. You scared that your channel gonna get fucked up. We not scared. We speak just like Bernie. I ain't scared of you, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? We speaking truth to power. You know what I'm saying? Been speaking truth to power. You take my page down, fuck you. I'll make another one. Fuck. I got my own bitch. We got 3 websites.
All right.
You know, sign up before time's up.
Right. We got our own channels. Why you playing?
And that's
you know what I'm saying?
We need to have our own damn internet.
Right. We're working on it.
Able to put up our own towers and servers and shit like that. You know?
Right.
But we have to have people that want to invest in tomorrow. We got to have people who want better for today and willing to invest in tomorrow. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because we have become complacent, we become nose blind to our conditions in our community. Our feet stink in the black community, and we can't smell it because we used to smelling feet. Your feet.
You can't even tell his feet. Right.
Wash your feet. It's time to wash your ass. It's time to get up and do some shit as a collective. You know what I'm saying? We too competitive. We're too territorial. We compete about bullshit, and none of us ain't getting nothing. We all in the same predicament, but we fighting about bullshit. We arguing about bullshit. We disassociate like that's a thing or that's a flex.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Got to get up off that. Shit, Mike Jack. Y'all niggas talk about Mike Jack. The nigga he told you in the 80s, nigga, the man in the mirror.
Yep. And you are not alone. He said a lot of things that people wasn't paying attention to. You know what I'm talking about? Right. For real. Yep. And wasn't nothing wrong with him. And I always remember the good brother Paul Mooney when he said that. He said, you know what I mean, when they asked him, did he think that Mike was PDF? And he was like, nah, X-Files maybe, but not, you know what I mean? He's like, you know, brother, just different. You feel what I'm saying? And that's where we got to change that too, because there's some people, you know what I mean, that we may consider different. You know that, you know, everybody wasn't meant to jump off the porch and go hang out with everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Like if you really from a real good neighborhood, then somebody gonna tell you to go to school. Don't be out here with us. Go on out there and go to school. I'm from that era. You know what I'm talking about? Like where the elders would tell you, go on out there. Don't be out here with us. You got a chance. You know what I mean? Some of them was out there doing that stuff. It's a whole missing generation of stuff that we didn't miss. You know what I'm saying?
Some of these motherfuckers out here cliff hanging on jock straps and shit. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
You know, niggas who be having their ass out. Like,
right. Hospital gown.
Motherfucker, yeah, like hospital gown, right? Niggas talk shit about Mike. But, you know, a lot of motherfuckers be talking shit about Mike. You know, they adamant Prince fans. But I
Right.
never seen Mike with his ass out. I done heard people say weird shit about Mike. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you got a point there. Touche. Ain't that how they say?
Motherfuckers talking about Mike won. You know why? Because Mike ain't never have his fucking ass cheeks out, man. You know what I mean?
Got me
He
there.
might crotch or something, but hey, you can't show me no motherfucking video that's not AI of Mike with his motherfucking ass cheeks out. So
Right.
I'm not quite sure where Prince was going with that. You know what I mean? God bless the dead. You know what I mean? Shout out to Prince.
Hey, that was a different era. It was a different era. Hey, the funniest shit. I wish I got a chance to meet the brother. Rest in power, man. But yeah, hey, I don't know how.
My question
go ahead.
My question to Prince then would have been my same question today to the women who be having their ass out. Where the fuck do you sit down at? You know what I mean? You got ass handkerchief, you got like a D block ass bag or something like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What you doing? Ass cheeks out. You know what I mean? So Mike, shout out to Mike. You know what I mean? Mike, have his ass. Y'all niggas is bugging, you know, for even ignoring that a nigga had his ass cheeks out in the first place. Just like when Lil Wayne kissed Baby in the mouth and y'all
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Just
Yep.
like
You
when
got people still trying to justify that shit.
Young Thug was wearing like girls' dresses and y'all justify that shit. You know, and it's like y'all favorites with motherfucking shit like that. The nerve of you niggas out here pause and thinking about gay shit to say or to flip, but when niggas do openly gay shit, you button your lip. You ain't got nothing to say. You ain't got nothing to say when a motherfucker dress gay, but y'all say pause all day. That shit is crazy.
Yep. And be your idols. People play that stuff. And see, one thing I can tell you, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to everybody who do what they say they do.
The motherfucker who wear pink, right?
Yeah.
Say to me, pause.
Yeah.
When you looked in the mirror, you should have said pause. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's crazy. You know, I don't think gay. I don't have gay thoughts, and I'm not gonna play a game that requires me to think gay to be good at it. I'm not doing that.
No.
You know what I'm saying? That's like some weird mind fuck shit. Pun intended.
Yeah. Hey, I don't know how people would listen to what you're saying and look for that part of what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? A man give a hell of a speech, say something, some sharpness, like, brother, we got to get it together on a thing. You know what I'm saying? We're going, this road is hard. They'd be like, oh, Paul, man, shut the fuck up. Sit your ass the fuck down. You know what I mean?
That's why the Locks air Dipset out, because just like Kid said, a real man don't got to say no homo. And that pretty much is the tail of the tape, with them dudes. They fell right apart after that. Like, it's like, all right, that was like they last hurrah, some Dipset shit. They went against the Locks, and then them now them niggas don't even fuck with each other no more. It's like the end of Dipset. You know what I mean? Like, but that's what happens when the real go against fake.
Yeah. Hey, and that's what's been going on too in battle rap and just in general. That, you know what I'm saying, these younger artists trying to go against, you know what I mean, some of these elders, and you don't remember like how my mom used to say, I've been your age before. You ain't been my age before. You get what I'm saying? Like, you just got to understand that we grew up in a different era. Like, we got to go outside and didn't have to come home. Nothing was on camera. If you got your ass whooped, it was ass out. You know what I mean? Like, you better hope you made it home, and you couldn't run home if you got your ass whooped. You was finna have to go outside and go fight again. You know what I mean? Like, and you was known like to do stuff. Like, we actually had shit to do, all kind of things to do out here. Where, you know what I'm saying? Like, being from a big city, you from a big city too. So I know it's active out there the whole time you was a kid. You know what I'm saying? That shit didn't stop. especially getting to go to other people's cities and shit like that. That's one thing we did do. You know what I'm saying? And it was cool. And you know what I'm saying? Like our amusement park is outside of San Francisco. So, you know what I'm saying? We had to go to their city. And when you there, you went with somebody and all that kind of shit. We had experiences as kids. You know what I'm saying? All that shit. And like I said, none of that shit was on camera. And that's how we thrive. Like, you know what I'm saying? We see people in the street give each other the head nod, like, oh yeah, we know what it is. I ain't gonna never post that shit. We ain't gonna bring that shit up. Like, I remember, that kind of stuff. Like we got ass whoopings. You know what I mean? At home ass whoopings. I got ass whoopings from my grandma, my auntie, my aunt, uncle. You know what I'm saying? And moms. Like, hell no. Everybody had authorization to whoop ass.
Whoop ass, yeah.
You feel me? Like, oh yeah, wait till your mama. Don't let auntie see you do some shit. Like, I'm gonna whoop your ass, and then wait till your mama find out. I remember getting ass whooping from moms, and then dad find out and get an ass whooping from him too. Double ass whoopings? What?
Right. Now these kids can call the police on you.
Yeah, nigga. You know what my mom told me at one time? I love her to life. She told me, she said, if you ever try to call them, that was before you could even call them people. I dare you to call them. I'm gonna whoop your ass till they get here, and I'm gonna whoop them and tell them take them now. You get what I'm talking about? Like, fuck nah. If you ever try to call them people, you know what I'm saying? And like I heard a dude in battle rap
calling the police, somebody that you live with, and then like thinking you can just go back to that house like it's okay is
that's
diabolical. You know what I mean?
Right. That's brain dead. Like, where do you get that from?
Like,
that's an illness.
What about tomorrow? Like, it's like you call the. It's not.
You got these people in my house.
It's not like I broke my PlayStation. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
I'd rather you do that. You know. I can get another PlayStation. You can't get another loyalty card. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like once them people come to your house once, you's a victim, and your parents ain't never fucking with you again. Let her lose something because, like, bro, I remember back in the days when, you know what I'm saying? Like, I remember when this battle rapper, he just said that shit last week. That was some sharp shit. When he was talking about, like, when when the people came to your house and we knew to tell them people we ate even if we didn't. You know what I'm talking about? That type of shit. you feel me? That's real life. I felt that. Like, yeah.
Nervous somebody to be a part of a system that is the responsible for the reason why my people ain't got no food in the first place and disenfranchised up. For you to come to my house and ask my kids did they eat. If you was really that concerned about my kids and where did they eat, then why you ain't bring no fucking food?
Right.
I mean,
you know that.
Shit, you could have called ahead and asked us what did we want to eat. I would have threw something on the. You know.
Yep. I'd have preheat the oven. I'd have preheat the oven if I knew we was gonna eat something tonight.
That's like if I come to somebody's house on foot talking about you need a ride. fuck you on here. Carless on foot talking about do I need a ride? They're not from you, nigga.
Yeah, exactly.
Your ass, you ain't got no fucking car. You know what I mean? So that the same token. You ain't got no fucking. Why the fuck you asking my kids if they ate? You about to order something?
You brought something with you? You got something in that briefcase besides paperwork?
Something, you know, you gonna order something because if you asking my kids if they ate, then you must be about to order. But don't ask my kids if they ate, and you gonna write that shit on a piece of paper like, oh, they ate the. Fuck you, bitch. Come on, the fuck out of here with your fake concern.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
And And then look, then they ask these kids nowadays, you got a PS5? Nope. Oh, your parents is neglecting you. I bet you feel neglected, huh? Yep. You want to go to somebody else's house? Yep. I bet you they got a PS5 for you. We'll make sure we'll get the money from your parents. They both got a job. You want to go with us? Yep. Fuck. Like that, nigga. Trafficking.
Like, you know, to think that neglect is like going to bed and just going to sleep, crazy. Like, it's like people that's all over the world, people done that for millions of years. You just go to bed and go to sleep. It's like, all right, you take your kid, you taking your phone. Somebody try to say you taking the phone from the kids at 9 o'clock at night is the abuse. You know what I mean? And them motherfuckers need to be. And then you wonder why the kids can't wake up in the damn morning. It like they supposed to. They kids. They supposed to be up. Like, I remember when I was a kid. You know, mind you, obviously I didn't even have no cell phone and shit. You know what I'm saying? When he was kids, but I used to be wake up. I was the first person up in the house all the time. You know what I'm saying? And these young kids is waking up late, like they going to work somewhere. They don't even work nowhere half the time.
Or like they got a job.
Yeah, they up on their phones on it because the phone won't let them sleep. You know, because you got that blue light, that light. You know, talking about how the phones got 100,000 nits and all this other shit. You know, the light that's emitted from the phone at nighttime, it tells your brain that it's daytime. So looking at your phone make you stay up at night. You know, a lot of people wonder why they. I got insomnia.
Yeah,
you got phone insomnia. You know what I mean? You just
Plus, you playing some high intensity games on your shit too. You know what I mean? That's gonna be having you all amped up because you didn't beat a level or some other shit, and you trying to go to bed after getting dopamine in your system like that. You know what I mean? Like after just Instagram and post and looking at somebody winning and you not go to bed depressed.
If you notice, like the phone app, a lot of these apps, they got like the nighttime version. Some apps even option for.
Dark.
I mean, some got the option for the blue light filter. You can filter out the blue light. And, you know, and that type of light is the light that tells your brain that it's daytime. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, like I said, motherfuckers got phone insomnia because your phone is making your brain think that it's daytime. You just up all night for no good fucking reason. And then you wonder why you can't get up in the morning. Or even when you do go to sleep, you're not getting a good enough sleep because your brain is like kind of confused. It's like, nigga, why you sleeping in the daytime? You know what I mean? Like, so, that is especially for the kids, for them to be on a certain pattern. Yeah, you should be taking them phones at 9 o'clock so they can get in bed by 10 o'clock. At least sleep by 10, 11 or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, we just gonna quit playing that shit with these fucking kids. That's the problem. Hey, like, there's a thing called negotiation that parents and children should never have. Like this whole thing, like when I was a kid, you know what I mean? Like, look, I'm 50 years old. When I was a child, we never asked what was for dinner. You know what I'm saying? Like, or that wasn't. We just when was dinner, not what was for whatever she cooked was what was for dinner. If there was no other option, you gonna eat this like that whole. You ain't even finna have a snack before you. You know what I mean? Like you fuck your dinner off and you ain't finna eat something. No. It's see the level of respect. See the thing is, it just has to be taught. Like you know what I mean? It's a learned behavior. They understand learned behavior. They understood that this 5 years, see, that's what we have to do. We have to bring back this 5-6 year clock now because we're going into 2026. And this whole 2020 to 2025 has been a real clusterfuck. We got to realize that some people were 15 when this happened and they're 20 now, about to be 21. You get what I'm saying? Some of these people was right at the cusp. So they got 5 years of not like being out the house. Like there's years that they didn't go to school, like actual school and interact with humans and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Got people that don't that don't cook. They don't know how to cook.
Yeah.
All they gotta do is order food. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah.
They don't even know how to shop. So, you know, this with the snap shit. You know, you got a lot of motherfuckers that go out and buy a whole bunch of junk food. Like, you know,
Right.
they don't know what the market.
Right.
You know, these motherfuckers, okay, you get your essential, you know, you get the, you know, other little things, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Budgeted. So a lot of motherfuckers don't know how to grocery shop. Even if they get the food stand, they don't know how to budget money. Nobody ever taught them that, right? They don't even know how. Nobody ever even taught them how to fill out a resume. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Why these things are not taught in school, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But they don't know how to do these things. But then somebody give a card with some money on it, and motherfuckers, grown people is going to store buying $75 worth of potato chips and fucking snacks and cakes and shit because they don't know what else to fucking get. They don't know to get the essentials because even if they had the essentials, they don't know how to cook any fucking. You know,
Right.
so motherfuckers is spending money on DoorDash and buying snacks and bullshit. You know, which contribute to a decline in your health and all of that. Like it's a systematic process of strategic dumbness. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I can't call it ignorance. You would have to know something to be ignorant. You know?
Right.
But these people are strategically uneducated and having them to make decisions where ultimately they choose wrong because the game is rigged. And as long as you keep uneducated moving through a rigged game, they're going to keep making decisions that benefit the house and not the person.
Right, of course. And especially when they're, you know, that's where it's all coming to a head. This whole thing of what there's an overstanding of. There's a, you know, a basic understanding of just regular shit, and then the communication, you know, our ability to communicate and lack of thereof, lack of you know, opportunities to communicate. And what we let me see what. Oh, okay. I can knock these things on. I have to check time. But shit, like I said, what we've been putting together is coming together and bringing this, how we working this out, while these other folks is being disconnected. Because, like I said, we got more similarities and we got differences, and it's the same thing over here, same thing over there.
Well, what other current events you got?
Yes.
Oh shit is going on. You know,
the FCC. I know they just had a big meeting, the FCC, and about the talks about them trying to convert. The discussion is, because I know this is going to be over a couple of people's heads. The discussion is about the tuner boxes that are on your TVs right now. What the major media companies want to do is they want to switch to the only way that you can receive a signal from all the content that we have is putting it in a over-the-air receiver that it's been implemented for the last 5-6 years. There's not a single TV that has it built into their system yet because it costs too much. But their thing is to they want to prevent MP4s from going across the internet. How we have videos right now that once these videos are done, they're in MP4 form, so we can share them with other people. They don't want the ability to share this type of information with other folks. So they're trying to create a system in which they're doing it. And, you know, this new, we're not going to say administration. One thing I want to do is, like the brother said earlier, left wing, right wing, same bird. I like to say left cheek, right cheek, same ass. It's the same shit, no matter what the fuck we're talking about here. Let's just say, we like to say that, how I put it, the folks that never should have been in charge in the first place. How about that? You know what I'm saying? And so the thing is, they're working it out because the FCC, they keep getting people in there who's little by little been stripping rights away. We can start back. We got this history backed all the way up from them changing the copyrights, changing work for hire, changing what, you know what I'm saying, ownership, and the reason why they're able to stream shit and you can't. When piracy was a real big thing right before COVID, they needed that to be in place in order for them to control this whole streaming shit. Now, here we are in a time where everybody's deflecting from their services because now they're being overcharged for systems that don't work. For example, I heard Netflix has 4K and they charge people for 4K, but you have to actually buy their system in order to have that. That's one of those examples. You have to buy a Netflix system or use their components in order to get 4K off of something that you think you're paying for. Other than that, you're getting like 720 or some shit above your shit, or 480 in some cases on some people's things, even though you're paying a premium price for a service you don't get. But that also comes with
cases. Low tech beat the high tech. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
The new bootleg that cometh. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah, that was their problem. Napster and LimeWire and all of those things, MP3s got out of hand ahead of their regulations. So that's why they had to lock that shit down. Why do you think everybody has an iPhone now? Why do you think everybody's music is on the streaming service? I don't know people that still got CDs. I do. I still got every tape I still own. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, a lot of people are reliant on streaming services to hear music. They forgot the fact that, you know what I mean, mixtapes aren't on there because they didn't have licensing rights and all kind of other music that people have forgotten about nowadays that they haven't heard in years, unless they go somewhere. You know what I'm saying? So all of that shit's being archived and you don't have access to it. Just like one thing about it, you know how, look how scandalous it is. You know, archive.org is in San Francisco. Now, I went down there and as soon as I heard that fucking Dat Piff, their whole catalog is at archive.org. I went there physically. Now, Sony and them sued for access to it. So even though archive.org has the whole catalog, you can't download none of the albums there. They're there, but you can't even see them. You'll see the albums, but that's how they're able to prevent us from having access to it. You know what I'm saying? So they're suing Sony, DMG, or what's that shit, UMG and all of them. They're suing archive.org for music because they have, you know, they're obviously archiving all the shit, but they don't want public to have access to this shit. You know what I'm saying? So they can.
These motherfuckers, they moving into a space where they're using AI to make music. Right now, you fucking AI artists on top charts. Like Spotify is bullshit. It always been bullshit. You know, the motherfuckers who run Spotify, they put their own artists through, and now they're using AI to make the money back. Where these motherfuckers, all of these motherfuckers that they fuck with get the most streams. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's like, who's this no name motherfucker who get all the damn streams? And it's the motherfucker who they connected to. You know what I'm saying? And now, like we said, and now in this case, you got AI that these motherfuckers are creating, and then they put the AI shit on the fucking streaming platform, and then they tell you the best song, recommended song, and then people listening to AI shit that they ain't no artist is getting paid for that shit.
Yeah. It is diluting their financial.
You know what I'm saying? So motherfuckers is gonna take their music back because they, you know, before AI, of course, they needed the artist to make it, right? But you know, something that's always going to be resounding about authenticity and connecting with humans. You know what I'm saying? Music. You know, there's an enigma factor when you look at
AI making music. Like, damn, it's people that's really going to resonate with things that were created by artificial intelligence. That's a reality.
Right. Yeah.
But that never will outweigh the human impact or the human factor. You know what I mean? Musicians become icons. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So it's
Like my
nothing
brother-in-law.
about computer. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
it's really like in a weird way, it's like the artists are getting power whether they realize it or not. You know what I'm saying? It's just like vaccinated people, where like now people was wanting unvaccinated blood,
Mhm.
unvaccinated spouses, right? So
Right.
so it's in that same regard where it's like, yo, we want real artists. We want people to
Yeah. Authenticity.
Dark Cloud. We want real artists. We want people who
Yeah.
really do a show, and not a fucking hologram. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Some people want the hologram, but
Right.
it's always going to be people that's like, ain't nothing like the real thing, man. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
that's always going to be a thing. You know what I'm saying? So with that, artists are getting stronger in that regard because they got the ability to take their music back and put it on places like Popany and T. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just plug.
Exactly.
And
Yeah. For sure.
artists to flourish. You know what I'm saying? Or incentivize artists to put out good, authentic music, in a safe space that where they're not getting ripped off or manipulated or forced to make bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So be
So
yourself.
right.
And that's the thing. Look, be yourself because everybody else is already taken. Facts. I love that. That's where people don't know how to, you know what I'm saying? They ain't never been nobody. And trust me, you ain't got to jump off the porch to do nothing right now. It was like it took us a minute to go do shit. Matter of fact, our moms kicked us off the porch because they was busy in the house doing some shit they ain't got no business. We had to stay outside. We would have chilled inside and watched cartoons if we could. Probably not. You know what I'm talking about? But that was the world we lived in. You know what I mean? Our parents was doing shit, moving shit. Back when they was just discovering what you can do with money. And you know what I'm saying? Like, for real, I grew up when that shit first came out. I can tell you some stories. Look, like what G-Dep said, before a crack addict knew they was a crack addict. And that shit was brand new. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I was a kid out there.
Let's tell some of them stories on the flip side. You know what I mean? Because I think we should just there, because I'm ready to take it down.
Oh yeah, for sure. This was a good one. We covered a lot.
We'd be back with some current events and touching on some things that previously happened in the news, mainly because the jewels are not appraised until we look at it. So with that said, it's better to know something than to believe it. Truth is undefeated. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yep. And hey, if it takes a village, hey, we built this one.
Right.
For surely. And we building it every day. PopeNENT.com. Sign up before time's up. Share if you care. Share if you don't care. Somebody that cares enough for the both of us. Love y'all.
And always remember, only you can prevent cognitive dissonance. You know what I'm saying? I say peace and benedictions, and we out. One.
Peace.